Number 7, our morale plummeted when we heard that in order to deal with the 20% cut by the governor, instead of having everyone have their pay frozen, the president would get a raise, one wonderful administrator would be demoted and have his pay cut drastically, forcing him out. 4 administrators would be promoted with pay raises, and our pay would be indefinitely frozen. We are not greedy. We just want everyone to have equal and fair treatment. Also, we know that we are paying off some former employees who were fired without the following of college procedures. We feel it should not be the faculty and staff who are paying for these mistakes. Why not have Dr. Hammond take financial responsibility for these mistakes if he's the one that made them? If he fired people inappropriately, he should be the one paying for the lawsuits and the settling out of court and paying for 2 VPs of student services at the same time. We did not make these mistakes, and we should not be the ones taking the punishment. You want us to feel like valued employees? Make the person who made the mistakes pay for them. Be honest and open with us about how much money is going where. We want to see the entire picture with nothing hidden. That should be completely open to all residents of our county. If expenses are in line, let us see them. If we are paying for mistakes, let us see that too. We dare you. We are reasonable people. If the finances are used correctly and we need to cut back on our step raises, we are willing to do whatever it takes to help our college. Our problem is that we feel that we are directly paying for someone else's extremely expensive mistakes. We're not willing to do that. We ask that you, our Board of Trustees, the people we voted in to do this job, fix this. In the meantime, we're angry. Person number 9. LCCEA has voiced concerns on 4 issues regarding policy 4130 and its recent derivatives. We brought these concerns to Dr. Hammond's attention last year and brought them to the board recently. So far, we feel that these concerns have been stonewalled. We have heard that nothing regarding these concerns is found in the new policies and rules at all. We're very anxiously looking for that. When issues regarding our discipline and or disappearance are not even considered, we feel unheard, unimportant, unappreciated, leading to lack of morale. 10. One concern on my mind is the fact that even though the board has lawyers present at all meetings, an LCCC employee isn't allowed to have any representative or advocate, such as a friend or a mentor or a lawyer present when called in to an administrator for a disciplinary reason. There is no prior indication or agenda given to the employee before the meeting, and there's no one allowed in there to take notes or be moral support. The employee may be so traumatized that he or she can't remember exactly what is said. They need someone there. When we were under financial emergency, we asked Dr. Hammond to explain exactly what that meant for LCCC and how that affected everyone, and we received no response at all. Person number 12. As stated by Warren Bennis and Bert Madness in their 1985 book on leadership, managers are people who do things right, and leaders are people who do right things. Many examples have been brought forth about Dr. Hammond's mismanagement of some issues, especially the firing of Dr. Cook. So there is evidence that he does not do things right as a manager. Neither does he do the right thing as leader, as is evidenced by his egregious misconduct of the Costa Rica trip, his self-serving attempt to cover up the report critical of his behavior, and his successful attempt to influence hiring decisions. When the person in position of being the leader of this institution, based on his actions, is void of moral integrity and is not held accountable for his wrongdoings by the Board of Trustees, it's difficult for us to maintain esprit de corps. Person number 13. Does the Board of Trustees realize the exponential amount of paperwork that has been created and the invasive procedures created in the travel policy? And this happened as a knee-jerk reaction to Dr. Hammond's actions or inactions abroad. The invasive procedures include the requirement for a doctor's signature saying that the person is physically and psychologically capable of participating in all of the trip's activities. Doctors are not willing to sign such a statement, so people cannot go. The result is that trips are canceled, Opportunities for real international learning experiences are lost. 14. Faculty members are treated unequally. Those in workforce development do not necessarily have to have master's degrees, and they don't have to go through the portfolio process as the rest of us do. Although, also, word is filtering out that some staff area employees, security, grounds, custodial, are being cut to half-time without benefits effective next week. It does add to moral issues when there's a lot of rumor, and we don't know what's happening with colleagues' jobs. It appears that we have a $5 million reserve. Why are employees being treated this way? 15. I personally saw a printout of an employee's personal email which was handed to her as she was being terminated. Her emails had been read and printed out. She had expressed her opinion to someone in an email, and she was fired. I don't feel safe or trusted in a situation where our emails are being read. I feel spied upon. Person number 16. What creates a lack of morale? Leadership or a lack of true leadership? What does true leadership look like? Or rather, what does the current leadership look like compared to real leadership? Our current leadership does not believe in respectful recognition of the LCCCEA and its states or national representation. For one, real leadership would respect a college-sanctioned group as a part of the working institution. However, the current leadership views the EA and its partners as his personal sworn enemy because of his past. Doesn't real leadership learn from the past and move on? Not here. Being that the EA is a college-sanctioned group, one would think that true leadership would embrace and work with the EA and its affiliated groups. Not here. In fact, the last time the NEA was on campus, they and the WEA were treated as members. They were required, to check in with the current leadership's office before being on an open campus where it seems most everyone else is welcome. Not even book vendors, food vendors, coke vendors, or visiting lecturers are held to that standard. And when meeting with a national representative of the college-sanctioned group called the LCCCEA, what does true leadership do? Call the representatives names? That's exactly what LCCC leadership did, calling Ms. Phaedra Williams a hired gun to her face and calling the members of the EA and WEA educational terrorists.
That's time, Nancy.
Thank you very much. You have a few more.